Welcome back. Appear Agnes, an architect from Peak Spaces Limited. Today's topic is common mistakes in design and construction, part 2. So today's common mistake is skipping of professionals. Some of the mistakes that we have is skipping, for example, the architect. What is the role of an architect? An architect draws, of course, the architectural plans, as you mentioned before, but some of the details that are entailed in this plan are they look at the human aspect, they look at the sun path of that location that your building is at. So this will lead to the placing of different rooms within your structure. They also plan for the different sizes of the rooms that you have. So if you're to skip this professional, you have an over design where you have a lot of unused spaces, or you have very squashed spaces within your project. This, of course, affects the quality and the value of your project. Architects also help with concept development. For example, a client can take an architect to a site and ask them what type of project can fit within that environment. Say, let it be a commercial or a residential. The architect will hold a site analysis, look at the surrounding places, and look at the different factors within the environment and help the client develop a proper project that will be able to make a profit from. So after holding a site analysis, the architect will be able to look at, of course, we talked about the sun path, the wind direction, and all those factors in order to make your design more sustainable, so that you do not have to use lights the whole day, so that there's cross ventilation within your building and it's aerated. The architect also coordinates the whole team. So the architect will get, if for example you have a building above, a level above, the architect will coordinate with a structural engineer, make sure that the columns and the beams align with the architectural plan and do not fall within the spaces, like the living room space having a column in the middle of the room. Those are the things that are corrected within the planning phase. The architect also coordinates with the M&E engineer, the mechanical and electrical engineer, to ensure that where the ACs are placed are within the right location, where your bulbs are placed, your electrical sockets and lighting points are within the right location. Instead of having, for example, a socket right by the door of, let me say, your toilet, sometimes you find the socket is placed in the opposite wall. So those are some of the errors that the architect helps mitigate. With all of this, the architect, of course, will ensure that the project is approved by the council through following the building codes of the country. So these are some of the things that the council looks at. The parking, usually for commercial buildings, they have to ensure that the parking is planned for. They also look at, let me say, fire escape systems or fire escape locations or staircases that are also in commercial buildings. So there's so many roles that an architect plays, and it would really harm the quality of the project, the value of the property, and also the way in which the humans interact with the spaces. Sometimes you find the walls are all at different angles and your furniture cannot fit within. Material selection also later comes in, but let's move on to the next person. So the other professional, of course, now that you have towards the end of the project, will come in like the landscape designers, the interior designers, but all these people are coordinated by the architect that you have from the beginning of the project to the end of the project. Thank you so much for watching this video. Reach out to Peak Spaces for your services that we have mentioned: architectural, M&E, structural, construction, renovation. We do all of that. Thank you.